Have you ever wondered what it's like when one of the NFL's top receivers teams up with one of the most explosive quarterbacks in the game? DeAndre Hopkins just landed in Baltimore and dropped a major truth bomb about his partnership with Lamar Jackson. And let me tell you, what he said could change everything for the Ravens in 2025. Are these two already ready to dominate defenses and take the team deep? What Hopkins revealed leaves a lot up in the air, and you're going to want to stick around till the very end to get the full scoop on this connection. That could be a game changer. Some things in football just can't be forced, and chemistry between a quarterback and wide receiver is definitely one of them. It either happens naturally or the offense struggles all season trying to find its rhythm. In the case of DeAndre Hopkins and Lamar Jackson, that chemistry seems to be clicking way faster than anyone expected. Hopkins just arrived in Baltimore but didn't hold back. Their partnership is progressing well, and it's not just on the field. They're building trust, friendship, and learning how each other plays, something NFL fans know can completely elevate an offense. What's really interesting is that this connection isn't about two players with the same style, but two talents that complement each other perfectly. Lamar is explosive and unpredictable, able to make something out of nothing when a play looks dead. Hopkins is technical, patient, with sure hands and a game IQ that few in the league match. Put those two together, and you get a duo that can punish defenses both in well-planned plays and when Lamar improvises. That kind of versatility keeps defensive coordinators up at night. And all this is happening before the regular season even kicks off. Every practice, they're fine-tuning details, timing of the throw, route depth, hand signal before the snap, building that blind trust that defines great duos. When a QB knows exactly where his receiver will be without even looking, that's when game-winning plays happen. That's exactly where Baltimore wants to be. And from what Hopkins says, they're well on their way. To really grasp how big this connection is, you got to remember how Hopkins got to Baltimore and what he went through last season. Hopkins' road to Baltimore was anything but smooth. In 2024, he started the year with the Tennessee Titans and ended with the Kansas City Chiefs, experiencing two completely different situations in just a few months. With the Titans, he faced an offense in rebuild mode with clear limitations in the passing game. Then with the Chiefs, he stepped into a system already dialed in with Patrick Mahomes, but had to adapt quickly to contribute down the stretch. Despite all that, he finished the year with 56 catches, 610 yards, and 5 touchdowns, plus an important role in the playoffs, including a postseason touchdown. That split experience shaped him into an even more adaptable and resilient player. Hopkins has shown he can fit into different offensive systems and work alongside quarterbacks with very different styles. That's gold for Baltimore, which needs a receiver who can roll with Lamar's improvisations while running precise routes in the game plan. This background also gives him confidence when the pressure is highest, having been through the intensity of a Super Bowl run in Kansas City. Looking at Baltimore's receiving core, it's clear this signing isn't just about stats. It's about raising the group's competitive level. Hopkins is more than a piece. He could be the spark that turns potential into real results. And that brings us to the immediate impact he could have on Baltimore's offense. Baltimore already had an offense that could pressure any defense, but Hopkins' arrival changes the game. He's not just a reliable target. He's a receiver who knows when to break off a route to make life easier for his QB and can beat tight coverage. Pair that with Lamar's talent, and you've got a nightmare for defensive coordinators. While defenses worry about Lamar's explosive runs, Hopkins can punish them over the top or across the middle. This duo also opens things up for other receivers to shine. With Hopkins drawing defensive attention, guys like Zay Flowers and Rashod Bateman get better opportunities in favorable matchups. That's what makes an offense truly dangerous. The ability to spread the ball around and keep defenses guessing on every snap. What's really interesting is Hopkins lived through a similar situation last year, having to adapt to the Chiefs' dynamic system. Now, he brings that experience to Baltimore, but with chemistry already being built from day one. That means when the season kicks off, this machine could be running at full speed. To understand why this matters so much, let's look back at where the Ravens left off last season and what their goals are for 2025.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important. because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
Last year was a roller coaster for the Ravens. They dominated the AFC North with a 12-5 record, showing consistency, balance, and one of the league's most versatile offenses. They crushed the Pittsburgh Steelers 28-14 in the first playoff round, building momentum and hoped that this might finally be their year to return to the Super Bowl. But then came the heartbreak. A 27-25 loss to the Buffalo Bills in the divisional round, decided by a failed two-point conversion in the final moments. Those tight losses leave scars and fuel motivation. Baltimore's locker room knows they're on the same level as the league's top powers, but they also know to take the next step. They have to be ruthless when it counts the most. That's where adding Hopkins makes a huge difference. A receiver of his caliber can be the difference between an incompletion and a game-winning touchdown in playoff pressure moments. The goal for 2025 is clear. Get back to the Super Bowl for the first time since 2012. To do that, Baltimore's counting on Lamar's leadership, adding offensive weapons, and keeping the physical, aggressive identity that defines this team. And in that mix, the Lamar Hopkins chemistry might just be the secret sauce. But before playoffs and big moments, there's preseason, a crucial stage to iron out all the details. Beating the Indianapolis Colts 24-16 in the preseason opener was more than just a win. It was the first chance to see some of these new connections in action, even if limited. The coaches used the game to observe adjustments, test formations, and start figuring out how Hopkins moves within the system. It wasn't a stat show, but it was clear there's chemistry forming. Next up are two more preseason games, Dallas Cowboys on August 16th and Washington Commanders on August 23rd. For fans, these might just feel like warm-ups, but for the team, they're vital. It's the time to test different offensive combos, gauge Lamar's rapport with his targets, and fix little mistakes before they become costly in the regular season. Most importantly, it's the chance to keep building that Hopkins-Jackson partnership under real game pressure. Because when September hits, there won't be time for tweaks. It's go time to show Baltimore is ready to chase the title. The partnership between DeAndre Hopkins and Lamar Jackson could be the key that takes the Ravens' offense to a whole new level this season. Their growing chemistry, combined with Hopkins' experience and Lamar's explosive talent, shows Baltimore is crafting a weapon that can challenge any defense in the NFL. One thing's clear. If they want to reach the ultimate goal, the Super Bowl, these two will need to keep syncing up, fine-tuning every detail, and showing that chemistry when it matters most. So, Ravens fans, how do you see this duo shaping the future of the team? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself. See you there, and until the next video, go Flock.